Tbilisi is chaos, cool city and unpredictable city. This is the city of big history, but also the modern reality. It's like perfect mix of those two. And growing up in Tbilisi is fun because, you know, it feels like everybody knows you and it feels like you're friends with everybody.
Famous for its old town, its wooden balconies, its restaurants and nightlife, Tbilisi, Georgia's capital, is also repeatedly the site of massive protests. What's it like living in a country that's still finding its feet 35 years after independence?
Hi, my name is Mariam. I am 19 years old. I was born and raised here in Tbilisi, and let me show you what my day looks like. Hi there, come on in. I'm just about to get a coffee right now.
For breakfast, Mariam usually grabs a quick coffee and sometimes something sweet to go with it.
You know, in Georgia, I wouldn't say that we have this big tradition to sit and gather and like have this breakfast, but we have, you know, tons of other traditions, but the breakfast one is not the one, I think.
Mariam starts her day in her aunt's apartment, where she spent much of her childhood. In traditional Georgian life, family, including extended family, plays a central role. Many households have multiple generations living under one roof, and sticking together is important. Mariam grew up in a liberal environment and feels free to follow her path, but she still feels the societal pressure.
Here in Georgia, it's so heated. Like you gotta be married at 27. Like, how are you not? Like, nobody wants you. Like, this is the case. Like, whenever they see the woman who walks down and, you know, have the perfect career, perfect job, you know, have social life, has a life, they always point a finger and say that, oh, poor girl. Like, no, nobody wanted her like this. So yeah. But personally, for me, that is not the pressure that I have.
The apartment belongs to Mariam's aunt, a typical setup. Over 90% of Georgians own the homes they live in. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, the government sold many formerly state-owned apartments to tenants at very low prices. Mariam is studying international politics at Tbilisi State University. Most universities are found in the capital. Mariam has a scholarship that covers her tuition. After she has her bachelor's degree, she hopes to continue her studies abroad.
I think getting knowledge from European universities would just give me something that I really need to accomplish my career goals, I think, especially when it comes to international relations. I think it would play an important part for me to get better in my profession.
Mariam spends a lot of time in the library. Education is very important to her. The average salary in Georgia is about 630 euros per month. Economic hardship has many Georgians leaving the country. An estimated 1 million Georgians live abroad, nearly 1 in 5. Mariam also has family members in Germany. Not far from the university is the Parliament building. Like many young Georgians, Mariam has spent many evenings here over the past 2 years. Every night, people have been gathering here to protest the government, which they accuse of pursuing a pro-Russian course. Mariam, however, wants her country to move closer to the European Union.
You know, European Union for me is equality, freedom of speech, independent courts, independent people economically, emotionally. So it's about gender equality, it's about equality of minorities, it's about freedom of speech, it's about people being free. And I think this is what we need right now in Georgia. Looking at the situation that is happening right now, we're nowhere close, nowhere near.
The government's treatment of protesters is harsh, either outright physical brutality or long custodial sentences. These days, the police here can arrest you for just standing on the sidewalk for too long. Mariam's parents are worried about that.
They grew up in post-Soviet Union, and that's natural part for them to be worried, to have fear. We also fear and we also are worried, but I think this is the place where every you know, young, maybe not young, also older person should stay and, you know, make our voices heard.
Although geographically, Georgia is usually described as Asian, many here feel a cultural and historical connection to Europe. The political situation is often at the center of conversations whenever Mariam meets up with friends. For lunch, there's khachapuri, a traditional Georgian bread generously filled with cheese.
Food is, you know, Georgian people's identity, I would say that. It's one of the crucial part of our culture because people come here for and to taste our food. Every corner of Georgia has its own kitchen and its own identity and authenticity. We like to share, we like to talk, we like to have fun, we like to make jokes. We like to have a big toast.
Downtown Tbilisi is very walkable. For longer distances, Mariam takes the bus or the subway. As a student, she gets a discounted fare, 20 tetri, or around 7 cents per journey. Tbilisi has numerous museums. This one's dedicated to the Georgian poet and thinker Ilia Chavchavadze, a national hero for many Georgians for fighting for independence from the Russian Empire back in the 19th century. Relations with the vast country next door remain one of the defining issues here today. In 2008, Russia even waged a war against Georgia.
We might be independent country, de facto, but the influence that Russia has on our country, of course it scares us, and this is also the main reason we want to join European Union, we want to join NATO, because we need protection.
Many Georgians are proud of their nation's traditions, evident here in Tbilisi's ancient sulfur baths quarter, for example. The bathhouses were built over thermal springs, said to have been in use for many hundreds of years.
When you come here, there's literally like real, authentic, real Tbilisi. This is kind of place when me and my classmates would go and, you know, would have some ice cream in summertime and, you know, just look at the situation. I hope we'll get our voices heard eventually. I hope we'll get the freedom that we want eventually. And I hope that Tbilisi stays that one chaotic, cool, and unpredictable city that it is.
After doing a master's abroad, Mariam plans to return to Tbilisi, her forever home.
And that was my day in Tbilisi, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.